Glory be to Jesus. We give him praise. You must be content. And it is going to save you from trouble. Numbers chapter 11, verse 4. Now, anyone who is not content will always complain. Because they are not sure who they are and how they must function. Numbers chapter 11, verse 4. Now, the mixed multitude who were among them, so be careful who comes into your space, the association, among them yielded to intense craving. Intense craving. So the children of Israel also wept again and said, who will give us meat to eat? We remember the fish which we ate freely in Egypt, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. But now our whole being is dried up. There is nothing at all except this manna before our eyes. Glory. This scripture is loaded. It's loaded. Now they had cravings. They started complaining. God delivered them from Egypt, out of slavery with hard labor, and brought them out. But these are people who still complain that they would rather go back and eat cucumbers in slavery because they don't know their identity. God said, let my son go. They didn't know their identity. Now, if you are discontent, you will always complain about who you are and what you must do. And God was providing them manna to survive, which is spiritual food. But they wanted meat, cravings for the flesh. This year, if you don't yield to what your spirit is telling you, and you always want to satisfy your flesh, it will lead you to death. You are going to lose a lot of stuff because God was taking them through the training process, but they wanted what they had back. Now, God granted their wish. But if you request something out of God's plan and God grants it, because see, you can desire everything, but when you request out of a position of discontent and God grants it, it is dangerous. They wanted meat. God said, give it to them. But that was not the original intent of God. When they left Egypt, God was leading them. But they said, God, through Samuel, give us a king like the Egyptians. They were not Egyptians, but they wanted a king. God said, give them Saul, and you saw the trouble. So anytime God is keeping you within a space, it may not be satisfying you, but it is God's plan to bring you to a greater dimension. God was protecting them, preserving them from their flesh, from cravings, and from slavery. But out of discontent, they complained, and God said, grant it. If God permits it, it doesn't mean it was part of God's plan. I am praying for you that the provision will not take you away from the provider. So that never let what he does take you away from who he is. Be safe with God's movement. And this is what is going to save you. Be content with what you have and what he's providing for you. I am praying for you. That grace will come upon you. That you understand the leadings of God, the process of God, the workings of God, and be patient till he drives you to your destination. This is Pastor Edemado from King's Yard Ministry. God bless you.